Good evening once again to the Ebenezer Church family, to all my brothers and sisters coming to you live again on the Acts of the Apostles here on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon that the Lord has made and we enjoying it. So we give praise, we give thanks unto our God and just thanking for things being as well as they might be. Acts of the Apostles here. And as you're looking at Acts of the Apostles here, the 24th chapter, we find Felix, we find Paul before Felix. Now, we got Paul before Felix here. We find Paul now is giving his farewell address to them, and through his farewell address, Paul is still spreading the gospel. My brothers and my sisters, I come to tell you today, no matter what's going on, no matter how you feel, preacher, spread the gospel. Let the people know that Jesus the Christ makes the difference. Once you have accepted Jesus the Christ into your life, you're seeing some of these verses here, that you're different. Amen. And that's all Paul is doing, spreading the gospel here. In verses 18 and 19 and 24th verse and the 14th verse, you find Paul here, 22nd verse and 25th verse, 27. Amen. You find something that's happening here. Amen. Now Paul here now is spreading the gospel. He said, "But this I confess unto thee, that after the way which they call heresy, so worship I the God of my fathers, believe in all things which were written in the law and in the prophets." That's Brother Paul there. Paul letting you know where I stand. I believe in God. I believe what the prophets done wrote. Amen. See, your belief is very important. Amen. That's probably what's wrong with a lot of us. We just don't believe believe in the right thing. Amen. We don't trust in the right thing. Amen. And to believe and trust in the right thing, I'm talking about trusting and believing in God. Amen. Your belief, your trust, your all in all, put it in the Lord's hand. It said, and then 18 and 19 said, but the Jews in Asia were not present to confirm this. This is another example of Paul using every opportunity to witness for Christ. Amen. See, in the 24th verse, and after a certain day, when Felix came with his wife, which was a Jew, and sent for Paul and heard concerning the faith in Jesus Christ. Amen. See, in other words, see, this Felix knowed all about Paul and him, because he was married to a Jew. Amen. And brothers and sisters, we need to stop acting like we don't know no better. We know better. We need to get back to what we know is right and do what we know is right. Amen. Amen. And then you look at here, listen to what he said down here. Then he said here in the 22nd verse, and when Felix heard these things, having more perfect knowledge of that way, he deferred them and said to the chief captain, shall come down and I'll know the uttermost of your matter. Amen. 22nd verse. Felix had been governor for 6 years, would have known about the Christian way. Amen. A topic of conversation among the Roman leaders. The Christians' peacefully lifestyle showed the Romans that Christians did not go around starting trouble. Amen. See, that's the difference in us, is what we do and the way we do and how we do. That's the difference in us. We don't do like other folk do. We don't act like other folk. We don't do that. And if we so happen to cut the rug or act a fool, we will apologize. We will say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. If I hurt your feeling, please forgive me. If I did you wrong, please forgive me. If I looked at you the wrong way, please forgive me. That's the Jesus in us setting us straight. See, when we do wrong, we can't sleep. Don't nothing else be right for us. That's That's a good way of knowing that you're getting close to him. When you do something you got no business doing, you don't be right. You don't feel right. It ain't nothing right for you. See, when you get close to him now, come on, get closer and closer. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted Jesus, if you please. Amen. Daily walking close with thee. Amen. See, you want to walk every day with him. You want to be close to him. Amen. You want him to be your friend, not one day, but every day. Amen. You want to walk with you. Amen. 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 Then it said, having more perfect knowledge of that way could be translated, who knew much about the Christians and that they did not go around starting riot. See, don't dig ditches, don't backbite, don't lie on folk. See, you different. You are different. You better hear me. You're different. You can go around doing all this crazy stuff. You better check yourself. I come here to tell you now. But check yourself here now. This is a great lesson here today. Paul is steady spreading the gospel. That's all it's about, spreading the gospel. Amen. In the 25th verse. Amen. In 25th verse. And he reasons of the righteous, temperance, and the judgment to come. Felix trembled and answered, go thy way for this time. When I have heard the convincing reason, I will call for thee. Amen. All I want to do is get rid of him for right now. When I hear something else, I get back with you. Amen. Amen. Paul talked with Felix. Became so personal that Felix felt convicted. Felix, like Herod, back in Mark 16, 17, 18, had taken another man's wife. Paul's words was interesting until they focused on the righteousness and the temperance and the judgment to come. Many people will be glad to discuss the gospel with you as long as it doesn't touch their lives too personal. Well, I come in to tell you, the gospel go touch you. The gospel go touch you, preacher. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You might wonder sometime. I come in, you ain't gotta wonder. It touches all. It whoop us all. It get us all lined up. It whoop us all. How you do now? Don't worry about that. He getting the whooping. Get the whooping first. When it does, some will resist or leave. But this is what the gospel is all about. God's power to change life. The gospel is not effective until it moves from the principles and doctrines into a life-changing dynamic. Amen. See. Oh, he can preach. Oh, they pray good. Oh, they sing good. You got to allow that good singing, that good preaching, that good praying to come into your life and change your life because it's about Jesus the Christ. It's about Jesus the Christ. And that's who you got to let come in your life in order for your life to be changed, in order for you to enjoy what you want to enjoy. Amen. Amen. Or being happy sometime, that don't even get into that. My nephew always said you can get some rum and coke and be happy. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Huh? When someone resists or run from your witness, you made the gospel pretty personal. I don't like that old preacher. It ain't like you, and it ain't nothing about the preacher. You don't like what the preacher talking about. That's what's wrong with a lot of us. 27th verse. Felix lost his job as governor, called back to Rome. Festus took over as governor. 59 AD in the early 60s, he was more just than Felix, who had kept Paul in prison for 2 years trying to keep the Jews happy while hoping perhaps that Paul would bribe him. See? Come here to tell you, no. Righteous folks that believe and trust in God, you ain't got to try to bribe nobody. God going to answer your prayer one day. God will elevate you when he knows it's time to elevate you. You might want to be elevated. Feel and believe and trust that you need to be elevated. But God don't see it like that. He know when to elevate you. Elevating some of us just ain't going to work. He know. When Festus came into the office, he immediately ordered Paul trial to resume. The Jews were in the majority, and the political leaders wanted to defer to them to help keep the peace. Can't keep no peace when it ain't no peace. You trying to keep peace in the house and ain't bought no grocery? Trying to keep peace in the house and won't pay the light bill, water bill, gas bill, won't do nothing, won't help? Talking your crazy talk, laying up here on these fine young pretty women. Hey, get a job. What we need to do. Get a job. I'm trying to keep peace, baby. I'm going to keep the peace. How you going to keep the peace? No money in the house. Go to work. That's what you need to do. I'm going to talk about keeping some peace. Paul seemed to be excited. Paul seemed to excite the problem among the Jews everywhere he went by keeping him in prison, left office on good terms with the Jews. That ain't no way to be. You want peace, you want joy, happiness in your home. Do your part. Do your part, preacher. You want joy, real joy. You want real peace. Do your part. Hear me now, Ebenezer. Everybody got to do the part. God bless you. God keep you. I'm all right now.